So, responding to more comments. This one is about saying that they don't believe that I'm reporting my donations to the government, and they believe that I'm committing welfare fraud by not reporting my donations. Here's the thing. Every 6 months, I have to report my income to the housing authority. Every 6 months, twice a year. What they want is bank statements. So every 6 months, they ask me for 3 months worth of bank statements to see what I've got in the bank, to see what I've had. When I receive donations, people donate to my PayPal. I send it from the PayPal to my bank, and then I can take it out and use it. Everything goes to my bank, and the housing authority gets my bank statements every 6 months. It's all being tracked. It's all legal. I am legally allowed to make $200 a month. I never bring in that much, but legally, I am. People think that if you're on government assistance, you can't make money at all, you can't do anything at all, but there is a slight give. You can bring in a slight amount of income to support yourself without losing all of your assistance. You just can't bring in a lot. Most people would not consider $200 a month a lot of money because who is going to be able to survive on that? Not very many people in America would. Even when I was working, I was making $500 a week. So the idea that a donation income of $200 a month would be excessive to it is ridiculous. And I'm not getting that much in donations, so it doesn't matter. But to answer your question, yes, it does get reported every 6 months. I have to send in my bank statements. And actually, people have been reporting that I'm lying. This is not a flippant comment. They've reported me a couple of times saying that they believe that I'm committing welfare fraud, that I'm lying, and they've investigated me. Like the last time I sent in the bank statements, they asked me to send them in again. They asked me to send in more. I usually send in 3. They asked me to send in 5. So I did. Every time they've asked me to show them my bank records, I have, and I've always come clear of the fraud that you are insisting that I'm committing, because you don't understand the parameters of which I'm existing, and you think that I'm overstepping them. If I was overstepping them, I would not have the existence that I have. That I know what I'm allowed to have and what I'm not. I know. They've made it very clear to me. I follow the rules. I don't do drugs. I don't have people stay here. I don't have a pet without them knowing. I'm allowed to have a pet if I let them know that I'm going to have a pet. I'm probably allowed to have a boyfriend over if I wanted to, but I choose not to have anybody over because it's a single unit, and I don't want to be put in a position where somebody might want to try to move in and then I would get in trouble. That happened too. In the beginning of all of this, when these people started, there was a man who was trying to get to come and live with me, and there were people saying that I should just give up my apartment to somebody more deserving. I am just as deserving as anybody else who would have qualified for this unit. I was on the streets, I was in the programs, I did everything that I was supposed to do, and literally every single one of you has the opportunity to do the same thing. If you're unable to take care of yourself, and you prove to the government that you're unable to take care of yourself, because that's the thing, it's not, when you say you're homeless, you have to actually be homeless. You can't like be living in your friend's house or or their garage or whatever. You have to actually be homeless. When I was homeless, I had my therapist every couple of weeks would randomly come out to the spot where my tent was or where I was sleeping to document that I was there at like midnight or 5 a.m. to document that yes, I actually was homeless. The the programs that help people like me, they're very thorough. And as much as the cyberbullying groups want you to believe that it's easy to finagle and get through without actually suffering any of what you're saying, it's not. They are very thorough in the process. That's why it took 5 years before I was able to get the Section 8. I had to be homeless completely and in the program for 2 years before I was qualified for it. It's not nearly as easy as they're making it sound like. They make it sound like I came to California and I had housing a week later. I was homeless for 5 years. I slept in tents on the sidewalk. I slept on the beach. I slept in parks. I was sexually molested, and I was not raped because I had pepper spray and I had feet to kick. And I learned quickly to sleep with my boots on so that I would always have a weapon right there at the end of my leg. But there were a lot of nights when I would wake up to somebody touching me. Even after I moved into the truck, I would wake up to people staring in at me. I took a video of a man on like Christmas morning just smoking meth outside of my vehicle, and that was a normal encounter for me when I was homeless. I'm documenting everything properly. You don't really have to worry about that. I know you do because you want to catch me up in a scam. You want to get me in trouble. But I'm doing everything right.